Donino of Gull Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas ticket.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. We really appreciate it, and we even appreciate our sponsor even more. Yes, we do. It is Chris Wootton with the Wootton Financial Group, and he's been around here over 20 years, so he's doing something right, and he's been in the Conroe area all that time, and he will take you in. He'll have a meeting with you free of charge. He just wants to get to know you. You get to know him. Make sure that you feel the confidence in him that we all have and we have in him. So anyway, please, if you are thinking about retiring, or you're retired, or you're worried about your money, who isn't? And the lack of it, or you have so much you don't know what to do with it, and the bed's getting lumpy. So he's the guy to talk to. Anyway, so we have got a great show, and we have somebody that's with us all the time. Andrew Yousse, and you can't forget that name, Yousse. So you see what I'm talking? How many people would do that to you all the time when you're growing up?
You're like one of the only ones that gets it right. Everywhere we go, my wife is always like, they said your name wrong. And I said, good. Yeah, no, that's how, it's simple. It's like the two letters U-C put together.
But you don't have two E's. You have one E.
Two S's, one E. That's correct. Yes.
One E. Okay.
Yes.
I want to make sure I've been spelling that right.
Yeah,
time.
no,
Okay.
it's simple when you.
It is.
When you think about it. It's just U-C. Very simple.
Yeah, it's just like you. You're just a simple guy.
There's some other names like the simple Hall. You can't mess that up.
No, and in fact, speaking of Hall, we have two halls, not only one hall to go through. We have two halls. Greg Hall is right here. This is Greg. Yes, Greg Hall, and he's assistant director of the, don't tell me, Public Works. Public Works. I was going to start to say Private Works, but it's not. You wish it was. Public Works, and he gets to deal with all the people and all the things that you have complaints about. This is the guy. Remember that name, Greg Hall. And then across the way over there, we have Kellie. Kellie Hall. They're not sister or brother. They're not married, and she's program director here at Conroe. Coordinator. Mm-hmm. That is different, isn't it? Because director, you can tell everybody what to do, and the coordinator, you're doing all of it.
I'm more involved. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Get my hands a little dirtier.
I understand. Oh yeah. So right, like this. It's like
way close. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Especially if you talk like this, like Andrew.
You want to really be clear on what you're saying.
That's right. No, and I know everybody out there's going, okay, we've got all these people here. we must going to be talking about the daddy-daughter dance. No, we are talking about the daddy-daughter dance, and this is coming up. And we are going to be talking about the weather that went on and how Conroe handled it, and that everybody's still here and the sun is out, and it's so exciting, so we can get back on the roads again. I probably could have gotten out earlier on the roads, but I just kept using that as an excuse. It's icy. I'm sure it's still icy, and it's below freezing, so I can't drive on this stuff. But you guys did a good job of sanding. Do you have anything to do with the sanding?
Yes, ma'am. That's one of my departments.
It is. Okay, well, let me congratulate you.
Well, thank
did
you.
Great.
My guys did. Yes, my guys did really good.
It's just all of the, even HEB had all this stuff that they were putting salt, they would put salt out. And it looked like there was windows that crashed everywhere because the way it was real thick salt. And I'm going like, was there a bad accident out here? Dumb. It took me a while so I tasted it. Yeah, that's salt. Okay, it was fine. But they kept their whole parking lot all salted, and the freeways and all that stuff. You
Okay.
guys did that?
No, ma'am. That's not us. That's TxDOT.
That's TxDOT. Okay. Well, y'all were great. So thank you very much for your staying up late. Did you have the big lights out and trying to get everything?
Our truck's got a whole bunch of lights on them. Yes, ma'am. They're blue and yellow, and they're very bright. You can't miss them, especially at night.
That's you go through and they're doing construction work and they're doing all kind of work. You go like, why can't you do this at 3 a.m.? Get the lights out. Do it then. And nobody listens to me.
We had a lot of, on social media, especially I Love Conroe, and we love I Love Conroe because I Love Conroe. You have a lot of people on there that are knowledgeable and a lot of different things. There's a lot of city personnel on there. So there's a lot of people that know what's happening and why it's happening. You also have a lot of people who their perception of how things happen might not be exactly how it happens. And so what I'm saying is you get a lot of misinformation on there, and it's not maybe intentional. It's just that's what someone believes. So what happened during the winter weather was there was a lot of misinformation being posted on there. And I was contacting Greg and finding out, trying to ask, hey, this is what's being said. Now, we're not going to go on I Love Conroe and try and correct everyone. We're not correcting them. People think what they're going to think. We're not telling you what to think. We just wanted an opportunity to bring Greg here to just talk about that sanding, because the biggest misconception that was out there, or the accusation, was why the city didn't go out and start sanding days before we knew that this winter weather event was going to happen.
And your
that's a
answer
good
was?
question. Well, that's Greg.
Yeah. So one reason we don't do it before is if you used to go out and look at the bridges right now, where the wheel paths of the vehicles go through there, it's what we call blown out. The sand is blown away from the bridge, so that track would be iced over, and it wouldn't do any good. Our thing is we want to try to time it correctly, as close to when it's the appropriate time to put it down. That way it doesn't get blown out or washed away from freezing rain or anything like that. So
It's kind of common sense, isn't it?
Yeah, you can do multiple different types of treatments. You can do a rock salt type of a treatment, or I think TxDOT does a spray, but we use it's called a chat rock. It's like crushed granite, and for us, our application, it works better.
So, that makes sense. That's good, because he waits until, cause it's going to blow away. A lot of that stuff blows away if it's too fine. But once it's on there, do you come back and, once it's blown away, you come back and have to resalt it?
Yes, ma'am. It takes about 8 hours or so to get the entire city done, roughly, once we start. You got to remember, City of Conroe is almost 80 square miles. We have over 400 miles of roadways in the City of Conroe.
That amazes me that they can do it in 8 hours.
And how many trucks are you taking out?
We have 2 dump trucks that are equipped to throw out sand, and we usually have a lead truck and a follow truck to help protect them while they're out there. And that's one reason we ask people to stay back, because that sand does come out of there at a pretty good velocity, and we don't want nobody to get hurt or any damage to anybody's vehicles or anything.
So they get started, and then it might be possible that you're going to get in your vehicle when the roads have started icing. You get in your vehicle and you're going to drive, to another city or somewhere else. You might go over a bridge that hasn't been sanded. They have two vehicles trying to cover so many miles of roads. And then, like Greg just said, you have to time it to when you're doing it. So people will get on social media and they will say, I can't believe the roads are icing. There's not any sand on the road. City of Conroe, you have to do a better job. You got to be on top of this. Come on, what's going on? So that's,
People were
and
complaining
we're,
like
it's unfortunate that you happen to go over a road that hadn't been iced, but that doesn't mean that we're not icing. And so
Right.
that's what we're trying to cover here is that we were prepared for this. We knew it was happening. We knew it was coming. There's a procedure that you're going to follow, but because you went over a road that wasn't ice or wasn't sanded doesn't necessarily mean that no roads are sanded.
Right.
And that's what we want people to understand. So it doesn't help us or anyone for people to get on there and start complaining about something that they might not have all the facts. And that's why we bring people like Greg in to say, look, this is what was happening, what's going on. Bottom line, I'm saying is the city's in good hands. The city, we're doing everything we can to look after you. And I'm going to add not only that, but once we completed the city, Greg will tell you, we took the initiative to go help TxDOT and the counties in areas that they hadn't yet got to.
Oh,
Absolutely. One of our first things we like to do as well is do the public safety aspect. We want to go hit all the fire stations so they can get out, and then we'll go do the hospital to make sure that they're, because if you've been to the Conroe Hospital, it's got a pretty steep ramp up to the
Yes.
emergency room. So we'll go and
Yes.
we'll go do that for them, so that way the ambulances can get in and out of there, and then we'll go do all of our main concerns inside our city limits, and then where we can help TxDOT. Or we're a perfect example is we were checking roads and we ran into an issue with a TxDOT bridge that they hadn't made it to yet, and we were able to help all the citizens get off the bridge. We took care of that bridge so they could be passable. Then we went back to doing all of our stuff.
well, I was wondering if there's priorities, like and of course the hospitals and things like that. That's what they got to think about, things like that. And people that complain, maybe not think about. They just want their stuff done.
And I don't want to use
quickly.
the term complain. Maybe I said that and I apologize. Maybe you're not complaining. You're putting information out there that's not entirely true. It is true that you possibly were on a road that hadn't been sanded, but that doesn't mean that the roads are not being sanded. So I don't want to say complaint. People have the right to, post whatever they want. We just want to make sure that if you read something, especially on I Love Conroe, and there's a lot of people on I Love Conroe that it's a phenomenal site for getting information out there. There's a lot of great resources and people that share information. When we need to get information out there, that is hands down the quickest way to reach a large mass of people. But with anything, you have differences of opinions, and that's why I want to say it's not
sure.
complaining. It's your opinion and my opinion are two different opinions.
Yeah, that's my parents used to when they'd argue, and a lot, and I go, y'all gotta quit arguing. We're not arguing. We're discussing this, so people see. To me, if you get mad about that, and you give them a place to say that, right? They're able to say, I'm mad. Why haven't they done this earlier? And here's the answer. This is the reason
Frustration.
why. Yeah, and you let them vent. Maybe they, it'll help them.
Well, and I get that 100%, and we understand that there is frustration. But the problem is that once they put it on there, you have a bar of this is what's really happening, this is what's not happening,
Right.
And you have all the people in the middle that don't know or have the opinion, and it's a slider, and they go with the majority. And so when you throw that out there that the city's not sanding, then you have a lot of people that's going to resonate with them, and they're going to assume the city of Conroe is not sanding. So your opinion is your opinion, but
Right.
in a lot of cases, you're creating more of a negative opinion or misinformation
Yeah.
when what's really happening is they haven't sanded your street yet.
Yeah, give them a chance. Well, to me, anybody that got out to go over a freeway when it was 19 degrees
Yeah.
and 17 degrees and is surprised that they may see some, the moisture. Well, I kept thinking, well, there's no moisture. It hasn't rained. So it should be fine to drive through everything. And my husband had explained to me there's moisture that collects, and it's going to be moisture on the road. And so you got to take that in consideration. So you're not going to Kroger's. Someone, okay. So but I did want to get out because I could see cars going up and down in front of my. I thought, well, when can I go out? I felt like I was being, you have to stay in. And remind me of remember the last freeze that we had, how bad that was? This wasn't, the temperatures were lower, but it didn't seem like it was caused any of the inconvenience. Not in Willis, it didn't. So, but I know you guys are so good, and you had everybody out doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
That's
and
what's so good.
What would have happened if the daddy-daughter dance was on Saturday?
Wow.
What do you do?
That would have been really sad. Very sad. It would have probably been a call on the hotel. If the hotel would have closed or if the city would have said it's too safe to drive, then I guess we would have had to cancel.
Well, that's not the case. So it's
Luckily.
coming up.
Luckily, it's not. Yeah.
No, so the daddy-daughter dance is going to be this Saturday?
It's February 17th.
February 17th.
next
We've got a
month.
lot of Saturdays to
Yes.
go. And
Yes.
of course, there's another snowstorm coming, right? There's another,
hope
there's
not.
another one coming.
I don't know. I have not heard that.
I'm glad y'all are on the Cindy Cochran show today because I wanted to let you know that there's
You are the misinformation.
queen. I am the misinformation
What do you think
queen.
I deal with every time she
Every-
comes on?
Richard, who gave you a mic?
Where's the fact checker?
Oh yeah. Oh, I stopped fact checking her because I was like, I just say you're wrong. 'Cause
After I gained 100 pounds, he said, stop fact checking me. Fact checking me. It sounds just like us he's doing every time he says,
Cindy-
let me fact check.
she would definitely come in and she'll do exactly what she did. She's like, "Isn't there a storm on Tuesday?" I think I read that, and I always wonder if she's one of those people at their houses that are hoarders, and they have newspapers everywhere, and so she sees the newspaper and it's like, from 1982, and it says like blizzard coming. She's like, "Oh my gosh, this Tuesday."
Okay, go ahead and
Yeah.
just laugh and make fun of me. But wait till that Thursday comes and Greg is going, we should have sent
We
when
should
she
have
started
listened.
talking about
I
it.
do believe it's supposed to get cold again. I don't know if there's any moisture coming with it, but I do believe it's supposed to
No,
get cold again.
that's the thing is that the moisture you really don't. That's what scares me to death. So, but I'll wait for your sanding to
Yeah.
happen. No, you're not in Willis. I have to wait for my Willis people.
That's
I gotta
probably
get
gonna
them
be
on
the
here.
county, I bet you.
The county. Oh boy. Okay. All right.
When,
Well, y'all are so lucky to be here.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Cindy, but I'm curious.
I know you- yes, you do.
When you do know that there's a storm coming, do you have a stockpile of sand, or is that something that you guys say we need to order, we need to start collecting, or how does that work?
So yeah, we keep a large stockpile of sand, and that's another thing that's easier for us to do. Like salt, it'd be harder to stockpile. A chemical would be harder to stockpile. It has less of a shelf life. The sand, we can order the chat rock, have it stored, ready to go, and have it. It's really available in this area too to have it brought in if we run out. So
Okay.
So I just stockpile my Morton salt. And
So if she's not wrong about the blizzard coming
We have plenty.
Thursday, you're prepared.
yes, sir, we have. Plenty.
if I'm not wrong, okay, that's fine. I mean, y'all just check it out. Just
I'll make
watch
them leave
Fox
one of the
News
spreaders in the truck too, just
and
for
the
you.
weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure they hit your house first, Cindy.
Yes,
He said
yes.
the emergency services are second.
Wait, you know what
Cindy's
you don't
house
want to
has
have
gotta
is
be-
asphalt driveway when the storm comes, and if there any moisture gets on that and that freeze comes, it is glass. And I made the mistake of putting my foot down. I just started to step on it, and it goes because it's so slick. So that made me go like, that's it. I'm just going to get other covers, and that's in hope the electricity stays on, and it did. So we're good to go. But we're waiting now for this next one to come, and but what
On
I didn't
Tuesday?
s-
Is it
The
Tuesday?
blizzard.
huh?
Is this,
Is
We're
it
trying to
Tuesday?
tell you it's not coming.
no, I'm telling you, she read it, so it had to be true.
No, it's not Saturday or in February. It won't be on a Saturday.
That must be
in
the
February.
one coming
Okay,
up
good.
in your Saturday.
Not
No.
my Saturday. We've
No.
cleared the weather for that.
Yeah.
event.
I think
Yes.
we'll be back in springtime. It'll start, the springs will come out. They'll be selling bathing suits at Kroger during that time.
Probably.
It's ridiculous. It's so funny how they bring those, they think you're going to buy all these things just because they put it out there, and I'm not ready for it yet. And you'll shut up. Christmas came so early in the stores, and you go like, what are y'all,
Well, Cindy, some people prepare and they get things early because they know it's coming, unlike the blizzard on Tuesday, which isn't coming. So
I didn't say Tuesday.
They're
it's the
getting
next
bathing
one
suits
coming.
because summer and spring are coming.
But it's just it's too fast. I mean, I'll have it where I can't even find the stuff that I buy for whatever the next event's going to be. And they've got Valentine's Day. Have you all bought your Valentine's candy? 2 months in advance, though the candy's
No,
really
not
old
yet.
in
Now 2 months.
You don't use Halloween's candy?
January,
go.
February. Yeah,
What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
I'm stocking up on salt.
Are you
Is what I'm doing.
Are you planning on taking your husband to a nice dinner?
Oh, have you got a place for me to
I
go?
do.
Oh, I think he's
The-
asking on a date.
Oh, if that was
The Conroe at how do you say that? The Conroe at the Hyatt Regency Hotel is having a Valentine's Day dinner. It's a 3-course dinner, $65 per person, with a wine pairing. And the menus here, it looks amazing. Now, I can read you the menu, but I'm just going to read the menu like a creamy lobster bisque. But Kellie, now she can make words and food pop.
But can you make that 65 sound more like 35? No.
Well, it's going to be worth the $65.
Okay.
Because you're going to start with the creamy lobster bisque.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And then you're going to have an arugula endive salad, if I said that correctly. And then you're going to have a grilled pear bruschetta. Or maybe these are just your options. And then you can also choose from the sweet fondant potatoes. But your entree choices are going to be the pan-seared branzino, double bone pork chop, the fillet of ribeye, or the grilled heirloom cauliflower steak.
Yes.
Filet of ribeye.
That was the
Ribeye.
first name I recognized. Okay.
And here's where everybody comes for the desserts. Your options are the white chocolate creme brulee. That would probably be where
Okay.
I would go right there. Or the strawberry tiramisu.
Oh, that's good.
White
Yeah.
Oh, the
chocolate
strawberry
creme brulee.
tiramisu.
That sounds
Oh,
really good.
I've never had a white chocolate creme brulee.
So this is this is the Valentine's Day dinner at the Conroe. Am I saying it right? Conroe?
Yeah, you're getting close.
Conroe. How do you
Conroe, right?
I was
Conroe.
going to say, isn't it Rue?
I thought it was
Yeah.
rude,
It's
like,
rude,
like a
yeah.
rude.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Conroe.
Conroe.
Conroux. It's a
Conroe.
Cajun. They've got the
Yeah, it's
Cajun
Conroe.
flair on it. So Conroe.
Yes.
Have you been there? Have you guys been there?
have
No.
not.
It's a beautiful hotel.
I've
It
been
is
there.
really remarkable, and I'm sure Kellie will tell you about it.
I got stood up there. It's great. Great place.
Oh,
You
man.
got stood up?
I got stood up there.
Man.
Because I think it was the week they opened. I was like, we got to check this place out. And then the lady never came. And I was like, well, I guess I'm checking it out.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Well, you don't need her anyway.
Well, that's my girlfriend, man. No.
I married her.
I'm still
I've
still
got
waiting on
somewhere
her.
you can take her.
I'm still
on
waiting on her.
Valentine's Day.
How much is it?
Yeah, try again.
$65.
For both or just for, is that 65 a person or 65?
That's a really good question.
I imagine it's a person.
$65 per person,
Yeah.
3-course dinner.
And you get drinks.
But, I mean, you're
Yeah.
not going to have to drive into Houston.
In a wine
so
pairing.
That's
Ooh.
really nice.
Yeah, it's right in our
No.
backyard, and go see it. See the hotel. Get inside. They've got the what is the bar area?
It's separate. I
it's
know what you're
separate,
talking
but
about.
what is the name of it? Oh,
Well, one thing I want to ask you, Andrew
hour
and
areas.
Greg, when you're taking out for Valentine's Day, do y'all judge your date by how much money they pay for you?
I've been married 23 years now.
So you don't judge when they pay for it?
Oh, they don't pay for it.
Oh,
She don't pay for it. I love her to death. She don't pay for it.
That's what I was going with. How about you, Andrew? When they pay for your
here's the thing. You guys know my story. I worked in professional sports
Right.
for 13 years, and I worked with the Astros and the Rockets. I ate in a restaurant every single night. I never,
Oh,
every
poor
night we were down there
baby.
during the games. We eat in the restaurants. And in downtown Houston, there's no Hardee's or Carl's Jr. or, there's none of that
No.
down there. So
No.
we were eating in restaurants every night. So when I had nights off and I was home, my wife just would love to go to a restaurant. And that is the last thing I wanted to do. I'd like, no, I just want macaroni and cheese.
Do you
or
cook,
something.
Andre?
Yeah, we both cook. But so this is something I really want to do for her.
Oh, that's
take
so
her
sweet.
to a restaurant for Valentine's Day. So
Yeah.
when you're married, yeah, the reality of the situation is it's coming out of our bank account,
Yeah.
whichever one of us
I
puts
love
the
it.
card down. But the thought that we're going to go to a restaurant, that means so much to her. On the downside, we have a 2-year-old, so going to a restaurant now is a challenge. It's going to be a
I feel like
challenge.
it's a speed event. Like you got to get in and
Yeah.
get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Time
those days.
limit. Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what we're learning. But so to take her to a restaurant, no matter how much it costs her, who pays for it? That's the real meaning. So in a couple of years, when we do this, no, I'm planning.
You're
we're-
saving up now,
No,
right?
we're gonna go. This is
We may see you there then.
Now you guys
We
all
may try to
cornered
go.
me into this. So yeah, Angela, we're going to the Valentine's dinner at the Hyatt Regency Conroe,
Conroe.
and I'm excited. The menu sounds great.
It does sound
sounds
really
good.
good.
It does. It
Would
really
you guys
does.
like me to put
I
your names
can't-
down?
Yes.
Except I just
get
don't
a
like
table next to
eating
you?
something I
That's-
can't pronounce. It's just it's
Well, they've got the
Little descriptions.
yeah they've
the
got
ribeye was the
ribeye,
first thing I know ribeye.
the Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh yes, Cabernet Sauvignon. I have that so much on my. It's I drink that all the time. It's
Yeah.
just I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Was that
eat
a
when you're out there
champagne?
sanding roads?
I cooked them hamburgers this last time.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
we went and got hamburgers, and we got a little kitchen there at Public Works, and we cooked it up for them.
Oh, you do? Yeah, yeah. So when the blizzard comes Tuesday, are you going to be stocked? Do you have the burgers and the fries ready?
We'll probably have to go
I'm gonna
rob
call-
Kroger's again.
I'm
to go
gonna
do it.
call you, and when that thing comes and said, "Is it all sanded?" No, I'll call Greg.
We do want to throw a quick shout out to Joe's Italian and Burger Fresh and more in Conroe. They took care of the Public Works guys
Absolutely.
that were out there, and
They
they,
did.
always do.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Joe's awesome. He takes care of the Public Works a lot. Burger Fresh is really good. We eat there a lot too.
I always wondered when Joe does all that great stuff. I was like, I just need to get like a notification so I can just show up and pretend to be part of whatever organization he's supporting that week, because he supports so many different organizations. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with the fire department. What's up? Yeah, give me some of this pasta.
Public Works has got a bunch of openings. I can give you an application.
Just for the food. That's the only time I want to work.
There were a
if you
lot of people
guys-
looking for jobs during the winter freeze
Oh,
that
good deal.
don't realize that.
Well, when
I want to know who the sad guy in the water main thing was. There was
Okay, so
is that a real picture?
That is
No,
a,
it is,
That is
yes.
a real picture.
It is absolutely. But
Here,
you,
I'll
you
find it for
probably
you, Cindy.
know-
I want to put it up for the
Yeah.
people to look at.
Jason explained it to me. We were going to post it, but we were getting so many negative comments. The city's out there trying to make your life better and improve the conditions for you. But there's a lot of people that just complain. That picture was real. He did explain it, that everything was, I'll let Greg explain it, but I chose not to post it on the city page simply because there were going to be a lot of people that rather than work with us to make conditions better, their priority is to criticize how we're doing that.
he's getting ready to show it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it.
Okay.
'Cause
Oh, okay. Yes, I want to see that. What was he doing? What
Councilman
happened?
Howard Wood posted it.
Yeah, I think I got. Hold on, I'm pulling it
Okay.
up. I'm pulling it up. Don't worry, I'll put it on TV. Here.
Okay.
Let's see if I don't know if I can zoom in on it.
Did you
though.
see it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't
Oh, my
zoom in. Hold on.
goodness.
Here we go. All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna pull it for the viewer right now so they can see what I'm putting on the TV.
So I think that was a 2-inch water line. The
think-
water actually that comes out of those pipes, even during a freeze event, is usually about 75 degrees. So it's fairly warm when you're in it. Granted, when you get out, yes, it's cold, but they go
It's
straight.
fairly warm. Yeah.
The guy that's in there goes straight to a truck. It's running warm, ready for him to go. Because we've done the wetsuit thing. We've done a bunch of other stuff in the past. It actually
It
ends up,
doesn't
the
matter.
wetsuit actually becomes an issue with the guys because they don't have the feel of the dexterity that they normally
Yeah.
would, putting like a full dresser clamp on or,
Yeah.
or repairing a water leak. So they'll get in there. They'll have one guy in there to fix it, and then he'll get out, get in the truck. We have showers at the Public Works, change of clothes. They have all that there. So by the time he's done after that, when he gets out of that hole, he's done until they come back, till he goes home or go back to the office, changes, gets dried off, and then he's back on the job.
What's
then-
his name?
I
Can you say his name?
I think his name is Hobie. I can't remember.
Yeah.
You
I
just
think it's
ruined
Hobie.
my entire dream scenario. What that was, I could have sworn you guys just pull up. One guy goes, "Well, I guess someone's got to do it," and just jumps into the water. He's like, "Hand me the tools," and he's just sitting there working. He's like, "It's kind of cold."
Well, no, so why is it necessary? What is he doing that he needs to be in there?
So if you were to drain that water out of there, the water's kind of like a barrier So if you drain that water out and the water line's under so much pressure and you drain it out, that water's going to shoot up at higher velocity, higher out of the ground. So it's easier to put the clamp on with the water not blowing in your face or anything at a higher velocity. I think when they did pump it out when they first got there, and it was shooting like 30 feet up in the air. So,
That's so cool.
It's 30 feet versus 2 feet is a little bit easier to work with.
So did that cause the water to be out in that neighborhood?
I do believe they were able to put a type of valve on there. I'm not really kind of involved in some of this repair, but I think they were able to put 2 different valves on and turn the water off to where everybody still had water without shutting everybody off.
Oh,
But you can confirm that his physical well-being was never in jeopardy.
No.
No.
Because there's a lot of people
That's not
that
that
are
tough.
very concerned about him.
Oh.
Well, he's working. He knows what he's doing.
That's
Yeah,
so,
well, yes.
That's great.
When you're in a job like that, you know that you're out in the conditions. All first responders, public works, you're going
Yeah.
to be out there doing the stuff that is uncomfortable.
and nobody
That's
else wants to do, yeah.
The bottom line is,
Well, everyone should be mad at these people just watching them. They're just sitting there watching them. They're like, look at this guy.
Hey, did that guy standing there eat any of
Yeah.
the Joes?
He drew
I
the
think that may be his boss, to be honest with you.
he drew the short straw. So
No, but
I think there's another picture from a year ago or 2 years ago. Basically, Hobie was in the hole again, doing it as the same thing.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like this guy is awesome. He just walked in. He's like, I'll do it.
Hey,
Someone's got to do it.
Number 18, man, Conroe Public Works.
I know.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I'm saying. It's-
They're all-
Is
they're
it
not
by
scared to do
size?
anything.
They take whatever body would most likely fit in the
to
hole?
fit in the hole, yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I want to know, though, after Joe's Italian restaurant in Conroe on 75, after they feed you guys, how do y'all keep working? Because that stuff puts me to
it's
sleep
very-
like,
yeah,
"Ah,
it's heavy."
I'm ready to take a nap.
Yeah, they eat and they go right back out. They don't have time to go
Oh.
to take a nap usually.
Okay. Well, I guess all those carbs are good. It's like a runner, loads up on those carbs and goes out there and does
So
their thing.
Burger Fresh actually fed these guys too. They that was good from them.
Now, where's Burger Fresh?
It's off Gladstone, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. off
West side of
Gladstone.
Glassell.
Yeah.
West side of Glassell 45.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that. But
Oh, yeah.
Joe's
No,
missing
they,
out, missing out.
You should try them.
Yeah, they're really good.
They are phenomenal.
Might be the best burger joint in Conroe.
Probably the best.
Wait, Five Guys?
No.
Yeah, they're better than Five Guys.
Yeah.
Are they greasier?
Well, no, I don't want to say they're better. Five Guys is good. Burger places they're unique in that it's what you crave. There are days that I really crave Five Guys. We don't have a Carl's Jr. here, do we?
No.
Do we?
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
know.
We don't.
I can tell you, Burger Fresh has got everything from chili cheese dogs to
Yeah.
queso hot dogs to
What did they
hamburgers,
bring out to
steak
these
and-
guys?
I think just some regular cheeseburgers and stuff.
Did
I
they?
don't know exactly.
Whatever's left over.
Yeah.
They're,
I mean, they even got Bluebell ice cream out there.
Oh,
I don't know if they're, but they got it at Burger Fresh.
the guy in the hole's eating the Bluebell.
He's probably in the truck. Ha ha! I got ice cream.
Yeah. No, their burgers look. I mean, they're not. You have your fast food burgers.
Just
that
go check it out, Cindy.
Theirs look very like they were just made.
I was so hungry when I got here.
Do you want me to take you? Is that what you're trying to tell? You want me to take you, Cindy?
Burger Fresh and more. What's
no,
the
I
address?
want you to invite me to that thing you did out at
Conroe?
the
Conroe?
Hyatt. Yeah.
Conroe?
Yeah, you need
Conroe.
to take
Oh,
her.
and I'll stand you up.
Was Cindy the one that stood you up?
I would never stand in by
She was home looking at the weather
not for
reports.
food.
I'm not going out today.
Did
It's gonna be
they,
a blizzard.
did they put out any
Dick's
sand?
all right.
All right, Burger Fresh and more. It's on 804 Gladstone. So
and
yeah.
more.
They're going to be open
like-
Tuesday.
Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll.
Rain or shine.
Yeah, that's
Raiders.
right. That's right. I will. To go play place to eat. I love food and I love going out to eat. I try to go around to give opinions on each place that I like to eat, and all of them are good. I mean, I can't believe how many great restaurants there are downtown since way back 6 years ago when started this stuff. How much they've changed in all the restaurants. It's amazing.
Do you guys follow Petty Eddie Eats?
No.
You know, it's funny. He's coming in right after the show.
Oh, is he really?
yeah,
He's on.
we're
yeah,
recording an
he's-
episode of Audience of One Wednesdays at 10 a.m.
Petty Eddie.
Petty Eddie Eats. He was a social media Facebook guy, but he just goes around and rates donuts or food or restaurants, and he's got a huge following, and he's pretty good. But while we're talking about food, what is the daddy-daughter dance serve? Do they serve dinner?
Yes, so it's a full date night experience. They will have this at Daddy Daughter Dance. We're going to have a barbecue meal with like barbecue and potatoes and green beans, and then we're going to have for dessert. They're going to have a s'mores bar. So something you kind of keep it something that the dads like, but also kid friendly.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the dads are there for the food. The girls are there to dance and hip hop all night long. So
And who's the band?
Well, I have a DJ. He's amazing. He's at all my events.
Yeah.
He's the same DJ
Yeah,
that I
he's
have.
good.
He is such an entertainer, and he really knows how to play the music that the girls like. And he actually does some really fun things. He'll have some dance-offs for the dads, and so we have some prizes to give. And it is probably my favorite event of the whole year.
I
It's
know.
a lot
I
of
hope you
fun.
haven't scared off any dads because they think I'm not getting up there and dancing
Oh
or
no,
doing anything
there's
like
always
that.
at least a few dads that love it. That will
Oh,
get up
yeah.
there
Does
and-
he
yeah.
play Rush, and then all the daughters just stop and are wondering?
I mean, there's some
is
things.
this?
It's a 2-minute
for
drum
the for the
solo.
dads, he
Yeah,
plays some things
Neil
the girls
Peart.
don't know. Yeah.
Aldo Nova, any Aldo Nova at the Daddy Daughter
I
dance?
don't know that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
No
Oh,
Taylor.
bunch.
Oh, you
yeah.
know
Lots of
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh,
lots of
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
I am sure.
Yeah.
Do you know I shot Taylor Swift, one of her very first concerts in Phoenix, Arizona, when she was touring with Kellie Pickler.
Oh wow.
I photographed that concert.
You did? Do you have those?
Yeah.
Those photographs? Are you
Very cool.
planning to sell them online? or-
No, I have a huge collection. I mean, I've shot probably over 500 concerts.
Yeah.
That was one of the more memorable ones. Another one was, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Little Big Town.
Oh, yeah.
The blonde, there's the blonde and the brunette. The blonde was pregnant, and I was standing underneath her photographing, because when you're shooting a concert, you're right there
Right.
at the stage in between the front row, and you're right there. And they walked up onto, they had platforms that they go up on, and she delivered her baby that night in Phoenix. So I was shooting the concert, and she was up there. And this is before I was married, before I had a wife, but I was terrified that if her water broke, my camera was going to get wet. So I was up there. I'm just thinking, oh no, she might go any minute.
What
But
a
anyway,
caring guy you are.
because they're right above you, and you're shooting pictures.
Her stomach must have looked.
No, she was. They were like she could go any minute. She left that show, went to the hospital immediately after the show, and then
And
delivered her baby.
delivered.
So it wasn't. I
It
didn't
could've
understand how any
happened.
of that worked. You see the TV shows and the
That's
movies
dedicated.
when the
Yeah.
water breaks and
That's what I'm
the
thinking.
orderlies fall
Yeah.
in the
Right.
hallway and they're
Slip.
slipping all over the place.
Wow.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, so I have those
Yes.
pictures, and she was the thing is, she was walking around stage performing, doing a great job. It was a great show,
Oh,
really good. And so, I shot Little Big Town, I think 2 or 3 more times, and then we did a more personal event with them where I showed her that picture, and she signed it. She's like, "Oh my God, I remember that night so clearly."
I'm surprised she didn't want to keep it. Keep the
I
footage.
think she did. I think she kept one because
Okay.
that's the night you're on stage in concert just hours before you deliver your baby.
That's really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
She'll get to show the baby as it grows.
One of my
See,
memorable
when
experiences.
I was having to work and make money for you before could have you, and I couldn't afford you.
They did the Chain. In fact, I remember the song. They did the Chain by Fleetwood Mac, and their rendition of it was really good.
You remember that?
Yeah. You don't remember when you're shooting a concert. You don't remember what you're shooting that concert, and I'll tell you, you're trying to time your shutter with the drum beat because you're working with the lights. A concert, the lights are in and out.
Right.
And you don't have time to change your ISO and your speed. So you're setting your camera based on the most probable light you're going to get, and then you're working with the drum beat and you're trying to figure out the light show, and that's how you're shooting. So a lot of times you don't listen to the songs. A lot of times you don't even you're in your own world,
Right.
shooting that show. But few concerts I do remember. One was Hunger Strike and Black Hole Sun, Chris Cornell. So I shot Chris Cornell and Linkin Park, and I remember Black Hole Sun.
I bet that was good.
That's a really good song.
Was that in the 80s or 90s?
No, this was
or
in
2000s?
2007. Well, maybe 2010 it was. In Chicago, every single song Chicago did.
Oh, man.
And the Scorpions, when they did, they were in concert, they did The Zoo. I remember growing up listening to The Zoo. So as soon as they started playing The Zoo, I was like, yeah, I know this song.
I know this song.
Very nice.
Did
I
you
know this
dance?
song. No, you don't dance. You're working. But if I had a daughter, we would have been dancing.
Been
Have
going
you
to
seen
this.
the new viral videos where the videographer starts dancing with the people? Have
yes,
you seen that?
yeah.
Like, you need,
Yeah.
you need to get to that level.
I was never a dancer.
Practice
Well,
your skills.
I just didn't, had a lot of people try and show me how, but I never quite got it.
So no dancing at Conroe?
Do a lot of dads just stand there while their daughters are
mean,
dancing?
Yeah,
That-
and a
that
lot of
would be
dads take
me.
advantage of the slow dances.
They shift
um,
back and forth from
Yeah.
foot
but
to
there's
foot.
definitely some dads that love to just dance. But by the end of the night, it's mostly the girls out there. The dads are like, okay, I've put my 10 dances in, and I'm gonna chill for a minute. And the girls just dance all night.
I bet they've been. They're already practicing. They're already been
Probably.
practicing and
Yeah.
going.
Especially this
Using
year's
YouTube.
theme is boots and bling. So if they
Oh, no.
don't know how to two-step, then they're probably trying to practice that up at home. this
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
a
there's
dancer,
plenty of.
Greg?
No, but my daughter's got boots and she's got a lot of bling, so that's
Well,
She got boots and she got bling.
So now you're on the hook for
She's already
Valentine's
there.
Day at the Hyatt,
and
boots and bling at the Hyatt.
I mean,
yep,
yeah.
maybe spending a lot of time there here.
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
Well, you got a lot of overtime coming with that.
Yeah.
He's praying for the blizzard.
Yeah, I'm playing for the Blizzard on Tuesday.
No, don't do that.
No, you guys are great. I really do appreciate Conroe. Even I just work here. I live in Willis, but coming here and doing some of the events that have happened, a lot of events that have happened, and it's very cool. You guys are so family oriented, and you're smart enough to know that if you do this family thing, people will come. They will come in droves, and if you have their kids up on stage, you even have more people coming to whatever event you
and
have.
I'm going to put Kelly on the spot here because we did get comments about that during the Christmas tree lighting, maybe it wasn't the lighting, it was a show. We had the celebration, and someone I did see, I think it was on I Love Conroe, was criticizing the city for wasting taxpayer dollars on a Christmas celebration. And they were saying, wouldn't it be better to put these tax dollars towards infrastructure, road repairs and things like that? And I thought, again, you have a good point. I see where you're coming from. I understand your frustrations. You might not be the family person or the person that likes to do that, but how important is it to have a Parks and Recreation, have these events available for the community?
That's right.
I don't think,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with you thinking that. When I was deployed and I was in the military and deployed all the time, Christmas really didn't mean a lot to me. Birthdays didn't mean, you're trying to get through day to day. So I'm not criticizing the person for having that thought, but maybe Kelly can explain why for the families it's so important we have all these parks events.
So I think, Daddy, Daughter, and Christmas are two great examples because Christmas is for the entire family, right? Even the grandparents can come out and participate in that level. And like you said, you may not be in that time of your life, but it brings families together. It's a beautiful, sweet time. I know there's monies. I don't know where the monies are distributed, but we do get a lot of sponsorships for almost every event that I do. So it's not 100% funded by the tax dollars. There's definitely sponsors. For example, Daddy Daughter Dance. I have two sponsors already. I have O'Farrell Transportation and I have Metro Clean. So we have community partners that believe in these and support these events, and they want to come in and they're proud to have their name on these events that support families and just togetherness and a happy time. So I think especially Daddy Daughter, you need to have things that get those dads, to kind of
Involved,
to kind of
yes.
encourage. I mean, when are you going to dance with your daughter, right?
Right.
And if you don't do it on these times, what's it going to be like on our wedding day? When you dance with her, at least once or twice, throughout her lifetime, it's a little you've practiced it some.
Well, and that's memories you're building for her and
Right.
for her to say, "Oh, I remember my dad took me," and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So that's good because a lot of kids that don't have the dad in the
Right,
picture.
right.
Do you have anything? Let me ask you this: Is there any like volunteers from the Lions Club or something like that would say if someone wants needs a dad to let me be their dad for that night?
I haven't had anybody reach out to me, but I do know that I have plenty of father figures that come that bring a granddaughter or a niece, or even bring their daughter and their daughter's best friend. So
That's great.
They, because there's a lot of daughters that don't have a dad figure either at home, or maybe their dad's deployed, or maybe their dad is just not
Right.
available.
Exactly.
We have a lot of that that happens. So
That's wonderful.
It's just
that
really
you consider them.
special.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Because I know if the family's told, like, the brother can bring,
For sure.
can bring her, or the uncle can bring her, it's fine. It doesn't have to be the daddy. That can be.
Exactly.
So that makes it more inclusive for everybody. I love that
yeah.
y'all think about everybody.
yeah.
That's
We
good.
try.
What about moms and sons?
So we have the mother-son luau. It's in the summer.
Oh, that's
You know,
great.
prior to me, I think different venues were tried. They tried a mother-son dance. They tried different things. And what really has been successful is the water park, because there's activity and the boys want to
Right.
be active, and the moms will do whatever the boys want to do, because
Yeah.
that's moms, right?
Right.
So it's kind of a similar feel. We have food, we have games, we have challenges, so it's really a sweet, special, fun event as well. And, the kids are active and the moms enjoy it. So, yeah, that's a good one.
That's cool. That's what I love about you guys, that y'all really do have taken consideration of everything, and that these things are so planned out in advance. And I know that you were talking about how you were trying to get as many pictures and stuff of the different events, so that you can have, when it comes up the next year, this is what happened last year.
Not only the next year, we are, I don't want to give dates here, but I would say we're maybe within 6 weeks, maybe 8, of launching the city's new website. We've been talking about that for a while, and it's been a very long process, but it looks amazing, and we're making progress on that, and we're getting very close. So one of my goals coming in was to make sure that we had all the imagery, and because, like you guys are saying, one of my primary responsibilities as a city communicator is that you have an area to go that represents the city. And I always said, we have so many people moving here, the rate that the city is growing, you have a lot of people relocating here. But what if you're in Omaha, Nebraska, and your company is going to relocate you, or you're going to relocate? You reach out to a realtor. You have a lot of great areas, the Woodlands, Conroe, Willis, northern Houston, all those suburbs. But if you start doing research and you're thinking, well, there's a potential we're going to move to northwest Houston, north Houston, or southwestern Texas, you start Googling cities. We want Conroe, everything that you see, just saturated with good, up-to-date, fun images of the things that we do and what's available. The Daddy-Daughter Dance, Kids Fest, the Christmas celebration, and everything that I've done with the city from the day one was, let's see the people who are working, the employees out there working. They're having a good time. They're smiling. We're not forcing people to smile. People working with the city, Greg can tell you, Kellie can tell you, I can tell you, everywhere we go, people are generally happy at work. They're doing their job and they're happy. You have a top 10% and a bottom 10%. That's everywhere.
Sure.
People have bad days and stuff, but for the most part, when people come to work in the city, they're happy with their job and what they're doing. Everything that I've ever done and every person I've ever talked to would tell you their priority is they're happy because they're making life easier, more comfortable, more manageable for the citizens. And they take pride in doing that. And when you ask them in the employee spotlight, what do you like most about your job? It's seeing this completed, coming back and seeing it completed. I know some of the parks people say, coming here with my kids.
Sure.
Everything we do on a daily basis now to be able to bring my kids here. So what we try and do is show you that. Make sure that all the images, all the vision, we have a lot. And we want to always get more. I'm learning that there's a huge difference between professional sports photography and a daddy-daughter dance. With the Astros, you want to get, Springer's face as he's diving over the wall to catch a ball. The daddy-daughter dance, you don't want to see the dad real close. So those are some things that I'm learning.
Have you ever thought or contemplated having interviews with citizens of Conroe and them doing a testimonial, and them doing testimonials?
Yes, we have. In fact, we're working on doing that now. We have some ideas where we would bring citizens in. For an event like this, let's say the Public Works event, have people that are active contributors on I Love Conroe to come in and talk about, this is what I saw, this is how I felt about it, and then when we found out this is what was really going on, how did it change our perception?
There you go.
Things like that where people can come in and we're not thinking let's bring people that are 100% pro mayor, pro city, pro council.
Yeah,
Let's bring people
or
in
sound scripted.
Yeah, maybe didn't know.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt you, but yes, I do. But how many people
You got to get it in
there
before
are.
the storm gets here. So go ahead.
Oh, just wait! I can't wait. So you know how many people would love to talk about their good experience and all that. So that becomes a great person to have talk about. This is what I found. I came from New York, and oh my goodness, this place is great. I love this place.
Well, the Paulette Cafe is a huge testimonial.
Oh,
they had the restaurants in Lyon, France, and they sold they came to. I don't think they came to Conroe. They were here in the area for something and visited downtown Conroe and fell in love with it and went back to France, sold their restaurants, and then relocated here and opened up Paulette Cafe. If you go in there, you're not getting just French food. You're getting authentic. This is a French restaurant that was in Lyon, France.
Where is
they
that?
just right across the street here.
Yeah,
downtown?
new downtown.
Yeah, Davis
right,
Street.
Yeah, right there. And
Paulette
Richard
French
wanted
Cafe.
me
Oh.
to interview the owner because she has such a thick
Yes.
French accent, and he said, I want you to interview her. It'll be great. And I went,
She's such a nice,
But-
No, I said it would be entertaining
to
watching
me
you
try.
trying to understand her.
yeah.
Because it's so thick. Because I went in there and ordered a black coffee, and she's like looks at me like, "You want?" I think she called it like, what? A cafe or
Le Cafe.
like cafe? And I'm like, "You sure? Yeah, coffee. Just black." She's like, "You want anything? Like, nothing?" I'm like, "Just black. Just pour that bucket into that bucket. That's all I need."
We took for Christmas. We took Angela's parents. Oh, I took Angela's parents over there. They're Hispanic and they speak Spanish very well. So I took them there to try it out. And Spanish and French is similar. So they were able to really start communicating.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Angela's
awesome.
mom, my wife's mom, was communicating with her, talking. But they're authentic.
That's awesome.
I'm going to tell you right now, the apple pie crepe, you will never have anything apple pie again anywhere.
Oh,
We've
I'm
talked about
excited.
so much food. I
I
don't know whether to
know.
eat
It
at
will
Paulette's
ruin-
or go to higher
Yeah.
agency right now. Greg, thank you so much for everything you do and
thank you. You're
all your
welcome.
guys. And if you have some special employee that you want to highlight and has a great story, please bring them on. That's what we're here for is to let people know who's working for them and who's there for them. And when they know Andrew, they're like, okay, Andrew, calm down. You're good. he's so energetic.
I'm
and
all
Kellie,
jacked up on that French coffee.
Kellie, thank you so much for all the work that you do. Oh yeah.
Thanks for
so
having me.
We know you got a lot going on for this daughter. I was gonna get it right. Okay. All right. Anyway, so my camera is over here. I want to say thank you to the Wootton Financial Group again for sponsoring us, and thank you all you guys for being here and giving up your time right now. And then also the first responders. We love you. We admire you, and the first responders for everything. Just like Andrew said, y'all have to be the first responders when something happens in the city, and we appreciate you for that. While we run away from it, you're running to it. So thank you, all the officers, the military, and and everybody, parents, teachers, all the first responders. We love you. All right, love you guys. Have a great day. It's sunny outside. Go outside and enjoy it.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran's show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Want to check out the fastest growing sport in the world? It's right here in Conroe, Texas, and it's roller derby. Conroe Roller